So, have you ever had that feeling when you're sitting and watching a movie and you're about halfway through it and you just stop and pause for a minute and think, what the actual hell am I actually watching? This happened to me when watching the Netflix original movie called The Babysitter. And let me just tell you, I had one of those really rare moments where I actually didn't know what was going on in the movie anymore, because everything sort of went completely apart and it took such a weird, bizarre turn. So, this is Arcus, and this is my review of the Netflix original movie, The Babysitter. So, this movie, it starts out really nice with a young boy and his super hot babysitter. And the young boy has a crush on his babysitter, because naturally. And and they are really close to each other, they're really good friends and so forth. But then one day, his friends tells him that the so-called babysitters are doing really shady stuff when he goes to sleep at night. So he decides, like any natural dumbass that it is, that he's gonna stay up one night to see if this is true or not. And, you know, at first it looks kinda normal with this babysitter. She has a couple of friends over, and I mean, which is kinda weird considering you're supposed to be babysitting, but anyway, so she invites a couple of friends over. They're all sitting in a circle playing Spin the Bottle, I believe it was, and they have this new guy or outside guy there, and he's having his time of his life because he's your average nerd and he gets kissed by the hot babysitter and he's laughing and fun and so forth. And then all of a sudden she stabs him with two knives in the head, and then the others just start laughing and they drink his blood in some sort of crazy ritual, and it's almost like they're in some sort of cult. And then the boy makes the same stupid mistake that everyone else makes in horror movies, and he screams out when he sees this happens, and of course they hear him. So then basically the rest of the movie, which was basically the entire movie, centers around him being chased around by these young adults who are now apparently trying to kill him because they don't want him to say what he saw, what happened. So after completing almost half the movie, I just thought, what is happening in this movie and why am I actually still watching it when there are clearly much better movies out there? Let me tell you, I couldn't come up with an honest answer to that question. But as the film enthusiast that I am, I obviously continued to watch it to the end, because, I mean, who can turn away in the middle of a movie? I mean, no matter how bad it is or what actually happens, you want to know what happens in the ending, am I right? And I mean, I knew he was gonna be fine, because otherwise, what's the point of the entire movie? The main characters are almost fine. There are some exceptions in some movies, but mostly they're fine. So, the movie, it stars Judah Lewis as Cole, which is the young boy, and then Samara Weaving as the hot babysitter B, and some of her friends are Max, which is played by Robbie Amell, who you might know if you've seen a little show called True Jackson VP, which was on Nickelodeon a couple of years ago. And then also Bella Thorne plays Allison, and she was previously on a Disney Channel show called Shake It Up a couple of years ago as well. And then you have Hannah May Lee as Sonia and Andrew Batchelor as John. And I don't know what they done previously, but they might have done some famous or known TV shows or movies that you might have seen. I don't know. So, anyways, as I said before, this is sort of the main plot and what happens in the entire movie. And I was very confused by the entire movie, because going into it, I thought it was actually going to be a pretty good movie with a solid storyline throughout, but it was a really weird horror movie, and it's classed as a comedy horror, but I mean, it was not scary one bit, because there was nothing exciting about it, and it was just, I mean, it was okay to watch. I mean, it didn't take forever to watch. You sort of get to know a bit about the characters and so forth, but it was not a good storyline throughout. It was very weird actually. So yeah, this movie, I mean, if you want to watch it, then watch it, but definitely nothing I'm gonna watch a second time. But if you liked it, then you're different than me, and as always, this is only my personal opinion, so So my rating for this, I will give it a 4 out of 10, because I really did not like it. I mean, there were some good parts in it that I actually liked, and there were a bit of comedy in it as well. That was kind of funny, but for most parts, it was lacking in the storyline. Because who wants to watch a movie that just centers around a boy being chased around by these crazy teenagers trying to kill him the entire night, basically? And yeah, the storyline was not good in it, but I mean, the acting was good and so forth, so that's credit to the actors and actresses. So that was really good, but otherwise, yeah, as I said, I did not enjoy it, and I wish they could have done it in a completely different way. Maybe they could have done it better. Also, I didn't like the fact that, I mean, one of my favorite characters in it was actually Robbie Amell's character, and then he died off in about half of the movie. So that was a bit sad because I actually enjoyed his character. I thought he had funny moments in it, so I would like to see him live longer. And just the way he died was very weird because he died when they were climbing up a tree, and he slipped on some. I don't remember what it was, but he slipped on something and he fell and basically hung himself in a rope. So yeah, it was very really bizarre. And this kid, he just had such luck all the time. So I found it a little too unbelievable that he would just have this amazing luck throughout the entire movie. But other than that, that's my rating for it, and this is only my own opinion of the movie, definitely. If you have other thoughts or comments, just leave them down below and I'll see what I can do. Until next time, bye.